Welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-host. I'm Peter Villman.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're just trying to have a conversation without texting each other or other people or fact-checking or Googling. Those things just interrupt the conversation, stop the flow. We're doing it like we used to do when we just told stories, for instance. We're going to tell a story tonight, right?
We're going to tell a story. And talking about continuing continuing conversation, I didn't meet a young man in our family. Great conversationalist, man. Got to talk to him this weekend and just ask great questions. Just one of those people that, just keep the conversation going.
Right. He was curious.
He was curious. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But tonight, you want to hear about the story of the Miata.
So let me set it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So first of all, the fact that I've not heard the story don't sound right. The second part of the story, the whole thing doesn't sound right. If you remember, we were recording in the workshop of the Camel City studio. And after we were recording, we were kind of milling around talking about debriefing like we usually do.
Saying how a great episode it was.
And
we have yet to say it was a bad episode.
And we have yet to stop the episode midway and say we're not doing it.
That's true.
But I'm looking around and I see this picture. And it's a fairly large picture. It's probably like I want to say it's a 16 by 16 square photo,
right?
Framed in glass frame,
matted
with a matting, and it's a picture of a younger Cecil Davis, not an older Cecil Davis, but a younger Cecil Davis, one we have not seen in many years. But he's standing next to a red Mazda Miata, and it looks like a very early model of
the first year.
It was the first year of the Mazda Miata.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot about your cars. You've talked a lot about your cars.
Right.
Different cars that you've had.
Right.
The Buick, right?
Right, 68 Buick.
And you've got this Ranchero.
Right.
I remember you driving a Ford F-150.
Yep.
Right? Big old white pickup truck.
Yeah, I love that truck. Yeah.
And you're very proud of your Honda Accord right now.
Absolutely. I plan to.
Have I missed it? Besides this Miata, have I missed another car? Is that?
We talked briefly about the Chevy Celebrity that I drove. It was a diesel. We talked about driving diesels for a while. So
right.
I drove a 6-cylinder Chevy diesel.
I forgot about the Chevy. Yeah, that is a piece of automotive history right there.
Yeah, that's when GM wasn't doing good.
But I don't know how it's possible. I have not heard about you in a Mazda Miata.
Yeah, so it's quite a story. I'm really surprised that it hasn't come up before now. Now that you've asked about it.
Which reminds me, we probably need to just do a brief history of all of our cars with each other, not on camera or anything, but just so you know all the different things I've driven. So the Mazda Miata, you're standing next to this brand new Mazda Miata.
Brand new Mazda Miata, zero.
And I have not heard about you driving this thing and you're being proud of it or what.
Yeah.
So what is the deal?
I was in college. I was in pharmacy school.
All right.
It was 1989. So that would have been maybe my first year in pharmacy school.
Okay.
Let's see, 88. It had been my second year in pharmacy school.
So you go undergrad for 4 years and then you tack on?
I went to undergrad for 2 years in a summer and got in.
Okay. And then you tack on. And
then 4 years in pharmacy school.
Okay. So you're in school for a total of 6 years.
That's the least. Now it's more like 8 because usually you have a 4-year degree now.
Okay, all right.
So back then I just did what was required to get in.
Yeah,
and got in to pharmacy school. So this would have been the second year of pharmacy school.
Second year, fall. Fourth year being in college.
Yes, yeah, it'd been it'd been what would have normally been my senior year in college. And I am at Campbell University.
Right. You've been an RA there.
Been an RA there.
We've talked about your activities and your fun times of being an RA.
I love Campbell. It was great.
All right.
And it's fall of the year.
Okay. It's fall.
And I leave campus and I go back to go home and I go to the NC State Fair with some friends from high school.
Okay.
At the NC State Fair that night is a raffle for Sanderson High School in Raleigh.
Sanderson High School. Okay.
So this is one of the older high schools.
All right. Big one,
and they're having a raffle.
All right.
It was like $10 a ticket, I think.
All right.
Maybe $20. It was a significant amount of money for a college student.
Yeah,
like
right.
It wasn't a $1 raffle.
Yeah, I mean $10 to $20 in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Is,
I could have made that last for a month.
I mean, that's a lot of gas money.
That's a lot of gas money. So I'm leaving the fair, and we're walking past this booth where they're selling raffle tickets. And so I stand there forever, really debating about whether to buy a ticket or not, because I have $10 left in my pocket. That's all I have left.
So you're
And
contemplating.
and I know that as soon as I buy this ticket, that everyone's going to tell me what a waste of money it was.
Right.
So I decided to buy a ticket, one ticket.
Why would you even bother telling them?
What's that? Well, I'm just saying if they ever found out.
If they found out. Okay, right.
And
because you knew in your heart of hearts that it was a waste of money.
It was a waste of money. It was absolutely a waste of money.
But I mean, you didn't even try to rationalize that it's a donation to Sanderson High School.
No. Well, they're a rival high school.
The rival. Why would you give money to them?
Yeah, and the girl.
That don't sound right. What are you doing?
One of the girls I was with also bought a ticket, which this will come in later in the story.
All
so we have two tickets at this point. Sanderson High School. But the reason I bought the ticket is because it's for a 1990 Mazda Miata.
All right.
So if you know a little bit about cars, the model year comes out the year before in the fall. Mm-hmm. So this is the first model year of the Mazda Miata. And
did they have it parked there for you to see?
Yes.
So they had it.
They had it.
And you saw it.
It was beautiful. First roadster to come out in forever. 2-seater. Nothing practical about it. It was built
convertible,
completely impractical, manual, little 5-speed.
Yeah.
No trunk space. I don't even know if you
the battery's back there.
Wasn't the battery?
I think the battery.
Yeah, maybe it'd been. Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, the battery's back there.
Low to the ground, just
pop-up lights.
I don't even think you get a set of golf clubs in it. I mean, it was.
It was. No, you could not. You could not.
Completely impractical. Right in the 80s, it was very much about materialism and consumption. So they hit it perfect, and people went berserk for this car. Now, this car kind of waxed and waned over the last 30 years, whatever.
But truthfully, I mean, it was also reasonably priced.
It was reasonably priced.
It was not.
It was a $20,000, $25,000
It was not an expensive.
It was not an expensive car. Made
two-door coupe.
Yeah. People went berserk for it. There were waiting lists for this car. And when it first came out, it was very, very, very popular. I wanted one, buy a ticket that night at the fair, and then go home. So the first place I encountered is one of the girls I was with. We go back to her house. Her parents are there, and of course, what is said is that I have completely wasted my money by buying this ticket.
Well, the girl you're with, she bought the ticket too, right?
Right.
So that's probably how it came. Because you were not going to tell anybody.
No, I was.
Right.
So that night at her house, I said, "This is the winning ticket."
You made a decree.
Yes, very definitive. In fact, I handed her my ticket and I said, "Do you want the winning ticket?" And so we actually had our hands on each other's tickets, like getting ready to make the swap
tickets. Yeah.
And she decided not to.
Whoa.
Yeah. So then I go back to school. So the weekend's over. I'm leaving NC State Fair. Go back to school, and so this is in October,
right?
And the drawing's in like November.
All right.
For the next 2 or 3 weeks at school, I spend all my time telling people I have the winning ticket.
Why'd you do that?
I don't remember why. Other than I am who I am.
I can see you being that guy, but
I would sit down at lunch. I would pull that ticket out and put it on the table and say, "That is the winning ticket." And I did this for weeks.
What were people's reactions?
Well, people roll their eyes, and after a while, everybody got tired of me saying that I was doing that. But I would just say, "This is the winning ticket." The night of the drawing, it was going to be at a Sanderson High football game in Raleigh.
All right.
And I was going to go back for it, but there was a concert also on campus that I wanted to go see. So I decided to go to the concert. I don't remember who it was.
You didn't have to appear to win.
You didn't have to appear to win. So I call my parents and I say, "If you get a call tonight about me winning a car," or now I maybe even have said, "You are going to get a call tonight."
Did you really?
When you get it, don't play around with this call.
It's real.
Right. Now, I already had a reputation for playing pranks.
Yes, you are the.
So now my parents are a little bit on guard.
Right.
So I go to the concert.
They're a little skeptical of all this situation.
Yeah. So I go to the concert, and so the concert gets out about 9 or 10 o'clock, about the same time that the game is finished in Raleigh.
Yeah.
again, there's no way for me until the nightly news comes
Right.
on, channel,
Would it be on?
WRAL
Would it be
comes
there?
on. Yeah, because they'll have Football Friday.
Okay.
I'm not going to know anything until either somebody calls me or the news comes on.
All right. Okay.
So I go back to the dorm. I'm standing in the dorm, and I remember standing there, and all of a sudden I think, I've won that car. I remember very distinctly thinking that. After thinking that, the phone rings.
Yeah.
And it's my parents have called.
Yeah.
And they said,
who was it? Your mom or your dad?
I think my mom called.
Okay.
And she says, I've won the car.
Well, what did she say? How did she break it to you?
Well, no, she said, you're not going to believe this, but you won the car. Now,
all right. She said, you're not going to believe this.
Right.
You won the car.
Now I'm thinking that they're trying to reverse the prank back on me. So I was like, well, everybody gets to play around here. We've got to be serious. But it turned out that I had won the car. But when the people initially called my parents didn't believe them.
Oh, really?
And made them give them the number to like call them back and prove that it was
really
not a scam. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
which I'm sure they were very gracious about that whole thing, because I'm sure they were. I'm sure they. Yeah. Was it the school that was calling?
It was the school that called.
Yeah, so they probably probably anticipated someone saying, that don't sound right.
Yeah,
Cecil?
Yeah.
Nah.
The school was very gracious about it. They understood completely. Yeah, so I'd won this 1990 Mazda Miata as a second-year pharmacy student.
So what was it like going to pick it up and everything?
So I couldn't go. So I had to. So now I have to go back to Raleigh. So this is Friday night.
Yeah.
And so everybody, for some reason that I knew that had a car, was gone.
Oh, you couldn't get around. You didn't have a car?
Well, I needed somebody to take me.
Oh, right. You couldn't show up with your car.
Yeah. I mean, everybody I could think of that could drive was gone.
Right, and they couldn't even drive your car to take you.
Right, or they were like, something was going
Someone
on.
Had it was like, you could not find someone with a license.
It turned out to be, well, I did find somebody with a license. I found a friend's brother who was in town, rode up with me and a friend of mine. We rode up and we picked the car up. He drove my car back, which I guess was my 68 or that Chevy Celebrity maybe, and I drove the Miata back.
So what was it like picking it up?
I mean, they had a big deal. I mean, it was at this since I didn't win it at the football game,
right?
They lost that kind of piece of it. But I picked it up at this warehouse, and all the representatives were there of the school. And I remember they had me wear this Sanderson High shirt.
Oh yeah.
And for some reason I said, "Is this shirt mine?" But actually, they were just having it's like a prop.
Oh no!
But they ended up giving it to me.
Oh, okay.
So then I had a Sanderson shirt for a while. But yeah, it was like my parents came and were there while I picked it up. They have I have a stack of pictures from when we picked it up.
What was the paperwork like in receiving a car as a gift?
I don't remember any of the paperwork. I don't remember if I was very excited about it.
How old were you at this point? Are you?
Well, this was in '89, right? So I was 21, 2.
All right, so you
21.
All right.
Yeah, I was very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited. And I hadn't driven a stick in a while. So I was getting ready to drive a stick back to Campbell out of Raleigh.
Yeah. But
it had this little 5-speed joystick in it that just shifted like silk. I mean, it was, you didn't have to do anything.
You have to move this.
3 minutes in, I knew how to shift it perfectly. And it was just, I mean, it just.
Did you drive away with a top down?
Drove away with the top down. It was a beautiful day.
Okay, so it was November. There's good weather.
Gorgeous day, great weather. And I learned that there's an air bubble in a convertible.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it was a little cold, you could turn the heat on, and you could still have a little pocket of
warm
air.
Yeah, you got a pocket of warm air. That's right.
Yeah. So
which you would, I'm sure you did once or twice.
Oh, we did. So I had that car from when I picked it up until when I went home on break.
Now, did you run into any other people that had bought tickets?
Yes. So So what ended up happening is I never got it titled.
Oh, really?
No. And I drove it for a while, but when you win something like that, it's considered income.
So the value of the car is like getting income. Oh man!
So now I went from having whatever few thousands of dollars I made during the summer to having $25,000 in income.
So that puts you over. You got to pay income tax.
I got to pay income tax.
Oh,
I don't have the cash for that. I'm a college student.
Right. You barely had $10 to buy that ticket.
Right. I barely had $10. So we drove that car as much as we could drive it for whatever period of time it was, from when I won it to when I went home on school break. And when I went back on Christmas break, I sold it back to the dealership.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. That's where you're asking the question about, did I run into anybody who bought tickets?
Well, how about the girl and her parents? What was
Yeah,
their-
well, that story
what-
still we still
what was
talk
it?
about
What was that
that.
reaction?
Yeah,
that
'cause-
was somebody I could have traded.
well, we talk about like what would she have done if we had done that, and then she'd have won the car.
Would she give it?
Yeah, would she have felt like she had to give it back to you?
Yeah.
The guy at the store when I went back to sell it.
So this is a Mazda.
Yeah, the
dealership?
Mazda dealership. One of the guys had bought tickets. He said, "How many tickets did you buy?" I said,
One.
One.
With the ticket.
I said, "I just bought the winning ticket," and he's like, "Oh man, I bought $300 worth of tickets."
No, he bought 30 tickets.
Well, and there was a limited number of tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a limited number of tickets. So
was
you
the
knew
car
what your odds.
was the car donated?
Yeah, they had some kind of thing where I guess the dealership had written off part of the. Like
that was
a gift or something.
I mean, that was really that was really generous.
Hugely generous
to
at
get,
that moment in time.
Yeah, with
Hugely
that car at that time,
because they probably made. I mean, Sanderson probably made $25,000 in. I think maybe they sold $50,000 worth of tickets.
Yeah.
Yes, they made $25,000 on that car.
Wow.
Yeah. So took it back, sold it back after we had driven it. So I drove it down to see my brother. We drove around Charlotte.
Yeah.
A guy at school borrowed it to go on a date one night.
Yeah.
Everybody at school drove it.
Now I noticed when I think you showed me another picture of you sitting in it.
Yeah.
And I felt like I could see your head poking through the roof.
My head rested. The top of my head. There was a bar on the convertible top that ran right across the top of my head. So I drove it most of the time with the top down
because you just couldn't fit.
And I ran a stoplight in it because I was set so high in it. Like if I was driving,
you couldn't see up high enough.
I couldn't see the stoplights.
Oh no!
Yeah, I had to be really careful.
That's a bad deal.
With that. Yeah, I would look up to see the stoplights from the top.
You look over the windshield.
Yeah, but we drove it. I mean, a ton of people drove it at school.
How many miles do you think you put on it?
You know, I wish I'd have kept that.
That'd have been funny.
That'd been fun. But there was a bunch of pictures taken by Campbell.
Yeah.
So I was on this. In fact, I think it was. I was on student council that year for the pharmacy school or the pharmacy class council.
Right.
And we had all our pictures taken in the car. Like,
oh no way!
Like the president of the class sat in the car, we were around it, or different things like that. So there's somewhere at Campbell in the archives. There's 15 pictures of us in the car as pharmacy representatives.
What were some of the other reactions about? Because you had definitely broadcasted that you had the winning ticket,
right?
And then you had the winning ticket. Yeah, like what did people say? What would you say? How did you know Cecil?
Right. Yeah. So there was this brief period of time where people like it kind of threw some people off that knew, and they were wondering like, how did I know I had the winning ticket?
Did they suspect some kind of prank or something?
No, I mean, people ask that, and the truth is, here on the podcast, I will tell you, I had no idea that I had the winning ticket. I had no idea, but it's one of those times in life where like I ran my mouth about something and it turned out to be true.
It is probably the most clear example of fake it until you make it.
Yeah, but people would have me sign you would have raffles around the school, and I had like a couple of people had me sign their raffle ticket to make it lucky. Yeah. To make it lucky. There was one guy, I remember there was one guy from my church that understood what I had done. That I had just taken the chance that I was going to win, and he understood the joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just a big setup for a joke.
Right.
And it paid off.
It really did.
Yeah. Yeah, it paid off we had
speaking of pranks, how did your brother react to this?
Oh, when I told him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically. I remember going, like, we drove down one night to see him so we could drive around in the car.
All right, okay.
I took it down to see my grandparents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
mean, all your cousins saw it, right?
Not all my cousins saw it because we were all, in school and scattered in high school.
Right,
okay. So not everybody saw it. I just remember it always brought joy to people, like around campus and driving around campus. I mean, it's just a fun car, and everybody smiled. And I really did let anybody who, I tried, people wanted to drive it. I was very happy for them to drive it. At least I remember that. At least somebody would call in and go, "No, you weren't." But I mean, why not? It was just having a blast.
So did you have that plan the whole time that you were going to sell it back? Because how did you know?
No.
How did you know you're going to have to? How did you know you're going to have to pay tax on it?
Well, once I got it and started, I think there was some paperwork at that point that I had to sign, and that's when I called a tax advisor and realized what I had to do. And yeah, I would have kept it if I had the cash.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it paid for a full year of school and
True.
yeah.
Couldn't you have sold your other car to pay for the tax on it?
Well, I didn't own the other car. The other car was my parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I had no assets.
You had no, yeah, you had nothing to sell.
I was in college.
Yeah, right.
And it was complete. Like it would have been. I mean, if it's a fun car, but it is like I wouldn't even. I couldn't even carry my luggage. I mean, my laundry home,
right?
And back.
That's right.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember. My parents had an early '90s version, so just a couple years younger than than yours. And there's no trunk space. There's nothing. There's no space behind the seats.
Yep.
I mean, you're not carrying. I mean, you can carry your laundry. But
Right.
no one's riding with you.
Passages.
No one's riding with you in there.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, it was a super fun car. It was mine for a time. I can say I had it. And
so when you realized you had to sell it,
mm-hmm.
How did that hit you?
I just remember it was just kind of a practical decision at that point. And the other thing is now you had this $25,000 roadster on a college campus.
Yeah.
And that's I wouldn't even park it on campus.
Oh, really?
I would park it like out in the country at a friend's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then another friend gave me a cover for it. So I kept it covered out in the country.
Oh, all right.
Because it seemed a little foolish to keep it on campus. Like a friend of mine had a nice car on campus one time and somebody stole all his rims off of it one time. Yeah. It just didn't seem like the best idea.
All right. Okay.
To keep it on campus. I did do one thing one night that I sort of regret. Taking it down to a basketball game in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And I made it back from Fayetteville to Brewer's Creek in what seemed like 15 minutes. I really tried it out on the highway.
You let the engine breathe. In other words.
I did. All right, the only reason I regret that is I had a passenger, and that was it was foolish. But if it just been me, it'd been all right.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it get on up there. It was
a
speedy little car.
Do you have any desire to buy one?
Yes. I mean, you probably the same way. I mean, you always have those cars that kind of get away from you. I mean, if I had every other car I wanted, maybe I'd buy the Miata again. But it's just like when we had the Corvette.
Yeah.
We're messing with the Corvette.
True.
It would have been great to have it, but I've already got one I'm working on.
Right.
And if you
you always have to ask yourself, do another car? You don't have the hobby.
Yes.
And these things are always hobbies.
Yes. And project cars get away from you. And when you start getting multiple project cars,
no, you just can't.
Yeah, it gets away from you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the story of the Miata.
But the fact that you want a car,
just doesn't sound right.
That don't sound right.
All right. Well, you did win the lottery tonight because you got to listen to us talk on That Don't Sound Right.
If this is your first time listening or watching us on YouTube, hey, welcome. Think about hitting that subscribe button or that like button. And again, if you do any of those things, it's not like you're going to get any emails from us. So just do that for us. It helps our numbers. It helps others find us enjoying the conversation.
Helps the algorithm.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We've given up on the algorithm.
I don't know how it works.
All right, That Don't Sound Right is a production of TSR Podcast in conjunction with Campbell City Studios. I am your co-host and sound engineer, Cecil. Peter is your other host and does all of your web design and YouTube, which it's been looking good. I've been watching them every week.
Well, I like this format. I think I'm liking this format here. We'll see how it goes.
Camilla's your barista. Emily does your graphic design. Ella does your Instagram. Giorgio tests your merchandise. Brent is your international brand ambassador. And as always, listener number one is Scott. So until next week, keep talking
and stay curious.